I'm standing at the left-hand elevation of the property, and we have differential settlement here. See cracks running in two directions, down here in this direction and down here. That's caused by settlement from the front and the rear of the building. Let's zoom in and see if we can see it better. There's settlement here in this area, got cracks in the brick horizontally. The mortar is cracked on or around the light fitting here. You can also see the wiring in there. It means that's going to be affected by the weather. Also, water from the rainwater coming down is going to get in that drywall. It's going to be behind this wall here. It'll probably be damp when we look inside. See, also here you've got cracks in the actual mortar, and the condition of the caulking all the way around the house is in very poor condition. It needs to be re-caulked at every window. I'm standing at the front elevation. We're looking at the little gable roof over the garage, and if I zoom out, well, as you can see here, we have damage to the shingles. It'll definitely be causing a leak. It's mechanical damage, and there is signs of some impact, which could mean that it's had hail damage in the recent past. This whole area here is suspect. We're now standing at the right hand elevation, and we're looking at the roof. It's too steep to walk on, but I've got quite close to it on the ladder, and we have very poor condition of shingles here. All the way around this area here, and water running down the valley runs over these, and these shingles are deteriorating. There's a build up of a black mould in them, very common. It over time will make the shingle useless as a waterproofing. Here we've got actual mechanical damage. Here it looks suspiciously like impact damage that you might get with hail, but I can never be 100% certain, because it takes quite a bit of time to analyse a roof, and in home inspection we really don't have the necessary expertise to say this is a roof that is good enough for an insurance company. And my concern now is, having looked at the front roof and had a look at these roofs, is this roof here, is that the roof may be poor condition in terms of insurability, and you should check that out. I'm staying at the rear elevation. We're looking at the roof over the porch. It's representative of the whole of the roof, I think. I've seen enough now to know that we have issues with this roof. Here we have impact damage, more impact damage, more impact damage. All over here. Let's see. There's about 10 square feet. And I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, about 20, at least 20 instances of mechanical damage to the actual shingles. The mortar which seals the counter flashing here running along that edge is cracked. It's going to allow water into the building. I think we're over the top of the master bedroom. Got multiple instances of impact damage. Here we've got a lot of wear. Here we've got a nail head that's actually in the actual shingle itself. Up here we've got an indent, lots of them. Yeah, more. So again, we've got more instances of impact damage at this roof. We have movement in the building at this elevation. You can see here it's slightly moving with the counter flashing. You see we've got a crack running up the wall here, just starting. That indicates some sort of movement in my opinion, in this building. I'm standing at the left hand elevation. We've got the counter flashing here. You can see we have a nail, water clearly running in the hole there. Damage to that flashing, and there's cracked mortar above here. It's going to allow water into the wall. And then around here we have a lot of holes in the mortar. It's due to settlement, it's cracking, and this is only going to deteriorate further. This whole wall will need repointing to fix this problem. But I've seen enough in terms of movement now to say I'm recommending that you get the opinion of a foundation expert, like a structural engineer or a foundation company, as to whether or not this is going to be a problem to you in the future. Standing at the right elevation, and again we have a roof in poor condition, multiple instances of impact damage all the way around the roof. Here. I recommend that you have this roof surveyed by an insurance company, an adjuster, to give you an estimate as to whether or not it's insurable or whether it needs to be replaced. My experience to date with a roof like this is it's actually due for replacement. Standing at the yard door, we've got evidence of water penetration on both sides. It's gone quite a considerable distance. You can see that the paint is coming away and the wood has been affected. It's on both sides. And the source of the water is through structural cracking here. Water's getting in behind the frame, and it's rotting the wood. So there's another piece of evidence of structural movement in this building. There's 4 1 foot square-ish, I say 1 foot square-ish, can't get up there to measure it, it's 1 foot square-ish vents, 1, 2, 3, 4, there should be at least 6, so the upper attic ventilation is inadequate. There's signs of water penetration at the flue for the furnace, which is furnace number 1, the down furnace. So evidence of water penetration up here, this area here. Evidence of further water penetration at this flue here, that's the up flue, furnace number 2. We're at the 2 water heaters. They're in the upper attic. There's no sediment traps on the gas lines. There's considerable signs of corrosion on both the tanks, and there's evidence of water penetration at the flues. This is a temperature pressure relief valve. See if it works. It doesn't. That one does. I'm in the garage and there's multiple holes in the sheetrock. You've got a hole up here. See, I can actually take this out and drop it, and the other side we reveal a pipe. But the fact is, now fumes, gases from the garage can get in. There's another one here, and gases from the garage can get in there. All of that will lead to possible dangers inside the house itself. windows have poor caulking and there's water getting in. You can see here we've got raised moisture levels, 18-20%. Sliding down the wall, dries out down here, but up this column is high. Yeah, and here on this face we got 77%. And again, we've got 80% moisture content around the windows.
Oh, okay.
It's a very nice room.
It's all bright in there, so my dad put up the coat.
Uh-huh. This is the flue for the gas fire. It's a balanced flue. It's currently got a pilot light that's on at the moment. It's got logs on it, it's sealed. There's the switch, and now it's lit. These columns, they're brick, but actually they're not structural. It's not really holding anything up, it's just there to make it look nice. It should have weep holes in at the bottom Sweep holes allow the air to pass in through here, up through the cavity wall and out into the attic, and it causes the area in there to dry out, otherwise you're going to get dry rot. So sweep holes should be installed. Down here we've got an exposed post-tension cable end that needs to be covered up. There's sign of hail damage on the trim here, 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 and there was evidence of damage on the roof. Oh, there's even more here. So that now confirms my opinion that this roof needs to be looked at by a competent roofer or a claims adjuster to check out its condition, whether it needs replacement. The coach slides on the front elevation here should be corked all the way around. As it is at the moment, water will penetrate in there and there's electrical circuitry, and that's true on both sides here. This is the GFCI in the bathroom, and it should be a ground fault detector, and it's not. When I push the button it should throw the switch, and it doesn't. Now this is right next to a sink here. This is very dangerous. You see, the reason we want ground fault interrupters here is that when you have an electrical item such as we've got here, a straightening tong, if that was to fall into a bowl of water and you were to touch it, or you were standing on water down here and were grounded, you could get killed. It's as simple as that. Ground fault interrupter for the jacuzzi. Compressors to the AC unit. There's some damage down here. Probably lawn equipment has damaged the fins. More damage there. Around the corner. They can be combed out and improve the efficiency. You see it's been crushed here. Other than that, the exterior condition looks okay. Good insulation on the coal pipes. The ambient temperature of the units is below 60, so we won't be running them, because running these units below 60 degrees can cause damage. water supply. The house is in the front yard here. Water meter is underneath that cover, and the clear outs for the sewer system, the main drains, is located at the front elevation here. And you can see the two clear outs clearly in the video. Sprinkler system is the flower beds at the front elevation. Zone 2 is the front right hand yard. Zone 3 is the right elevation of the property down by the footpath. Zone 4 is the front right elevation of the building. Zone 5 is the rear yard. Zone 6 is the far rear yard. Zone 7 is the rear elevation foundation. Zone 8 has a broken pipe in the ground. See, it's rising here quite a lot. There's a little bit of sprinkler coming out there, but there's a broken pipe beneath this ground. I rather suspect whoever installed this fence, because it looks like it's a recently installed fence, broke that sprinkler. And that would start to account for the issues we've got on this elevation, because there is a lot of grade erosion around here, and we've also got movement in the foundation. Zone 9, see it's selected here, it's not operational, it sets up a timing for it, but nothing happens. Zone 8 has a major ground leak and can't be used. Garage doors should be fitted with self-closing hinges. One was fitted up here, but this one is not, nor is this one, or the one at the bottom. So the door isn't going to be self-closing.